What's up guys, it's Wasabi and I'm back with another review. Today we have a very special keyboard sent to me by ASUS. Thank you ASUS. But as always with the content on this channel, these are my thoughts, personal opinions and experiences with the product. And today we got the ASUS ROG Azoth Extreme. Now here's a quick look at the packaging because that's what you pay for too. No, seriously, this is what you pay for too, and the work they put into this packaging is astonishing. Okay, this is gonna take a while because inside the box you got like 19 different things. First, you got the ROG Azoth Extreme, a couple of things inside this thank you envelope. You got this ROG nameplate and I'll show you how to use it later. A warranty booklet, ROG sticker set, a cleaning cloth, quick start guide. Jesus Christ, this packaging material is very solid. And here you got a whole assortment of accessories. The ROG 8K pulling rate booster and the USB extender, a switch puller, USB-C to USB-A cable, and this one is 2 meters long, foam stickers for stabilizer swap and 10 silicone pins, 4 large and 6 small pins, a control keycap and 2 extra switches, the ROG keycap puller, 2 sets of magnetic nipples, just kidding, these are magnetic feet to adjust the keyboard angle, a silicone wrist rest with an aluminum base, and finally, that's all that's included inside the box. Okay, now before we begin, let's manage some expectations here real quick. I'm just gonna straight up say that this thing is expensive and out of most gamers' budget for a keyboard, but nonetheless, I'm sure a lot of you are curious to have a closer look. This is very much the ultimate version of the ROG Azoth, and for people who are not familiar, the original Azoth was released back in January 2023, and as a gamer, I would say it still is the best hot swappable 75% wireless gaming keyboard you can find. And here we are a year and a half later with the Azoth Extreme. This was announced at Computex Taiwan in June and I wasn't able to make it, but I'll see if I can attend CES in January. Exciting stuff. Anyway, Asus products with the Extreme label to me are pretty much their version of products on steroids with a touch of caviar, served on a private jet flying over an active volcano. You get what I mean. And this is available for $500. Now let's take a look at the design first. This is a hot swappable 75% layout. It looks like the original Azoth but beefed up with body armor, and I'm glad to say that the design upgrades with this Extreme version works beautifully well. The top of the chassis is in a dark gunmetal grey aluminum, and it comes with a black set of shine-through keycaps. But what really stands out here is a touchscreen OLED display, which I'll share about in just a bit. The chassis itself is reinforced with a metal frame with a carbon fiberish design, and that alone makes this keyboard look like it's wearing armor, which looks very cool. The detailing is perfect and makes it look expensive, just as it should. This is not actual carbon fiber right here, but aluminum with a similar pattern on the surface, and this just looks freaking amazing. There is real carbon fiber in this keyboard though, which you'll see when I take this apart. I love how the screws on the sides are exposed, and with the carbon fiber design, it gives the keyboard a very rugged look and so fitting with the Asus ROG branding. And this metal and carbon fiber detail can be found on the bottom as well. Remember that metal name card from earlier? Well, it's not a name card, but actually a cover that magnetically attaches to the compartment right here. To remove it, all you gotta do is press on one side and lift. And remember those metallic nipples from earlier? Well, those are detachable magnetic feet which sticks right on the bottom. And you got 2 sizes for 2 tilt angles. Overall, the build of this keyboard is extremely solid, like so solid that I feel if I knock my mouse into it, my mouse is gonna explode. The keycaps are double shot PBT keycaps, and these are mid-height keycaps with a shorter stem to reduce wobble, and because this keyboard is pretty thick, having mid-height keycaps allows for a more comfortable typing experience. Just note that depending on the region, I'm not sure which regions, but some will have UV coated ABS keycaps instead, and that set of keycaps have a layer of hard UV coating which are very resistant to abrasion and keycap shining. The extended wrist rest that it comes with is made of silicone and has an aluminum alloy base. The silicone is ridiculously thick, and I mean it in a good way, and the aluminum alloy base just looks so wonderfully designed, and the grips do a good job at keeping it in place. There are physical controls on the chassis. On the back you can find the connection mode switch, which lets you swap between wired, wireless and Bluetooth. And on the side you have a 1.4-inch full color AMOLED touchscreen with a 3-way control knob in a very cool black chrome finish. The 3-way control knob is larger than the original Azoth. It's a lot more accessible and just as simple to use. It's also nicely tensioned, so I have not found myself to accidentally mute my audio when adjusting the volume. The mode button lets you cycle between modes such as volume adjustment, media control, RGB brightness, display brightness, and RGB lighting effects. And you have one mode that you can customize and program the knob with different functions or shortcuts of your own. The three-way control knob is what you use to adjust or cycle through options within each mode by pushing forward, backward, or down on the knob. Gotta say, for me, the three-way control knob is quite an improvement with how it feels and the quality over the original Azoth. What can I say? The build quality of this keyboard is extreme and in a very good way. It's built like a tank and looks like a stealth jet. And now that you know where the controls are, I can talk more about this AMOLED screen. Since OLED screens started showing up on keyboards over the last 2 years, it was always seen as sort of a gimmick, and for wireless keyboards, you know, that thing is just gonna drain the battery. And that is true, it does drain the battery life, but I must say it looks pretty epic to see a full color OLED display like this on a keyboard that looks this good. Touchscreen functionality is super simple to use and responsive, though I would imagine that not many people use it so often. The full color OLED is beautiful. Up close it's not the sharpest, but from sitting at a distance you really can't tell. The animations are smooth, the colors look great for a little screen, and you can put in your own GIFs just like the original Azoth. Having a screen like this on your keyboard allows you to see all the settings of your keyboard at a glance, battery life status as well, and you can change up the display with your favorite GIFs or any picture that you like. It's a nice way to add your personal touch to a keyboard. You can even have it display your CPU temperature or keystrokes per second. This being a touchscreen is cool. It's not a need, but it's there. You can swipe up, down, left or right and double tap to clear up the screen. The screen was one of the things that made the original Azoth so unique when it first came out, and here it's a much nicer experience with these improvements in my opinion. I have no problems with them putting a screen like this on a keyboard. You know, it's the extreme version and this is a release that lets them go crazy with the model. What's very cool about this keyboard, or for a gaming keyboard, is that you can switch between a firm or soft typing experience pretty much with a flip of the switch. And this is made possible with an adjustable gasket mount. A feature like this on a gaming keyboard bridges the gap between a keyboard for gaming and a keyboard for typing. Take me for example, I prefer a firmer typing feel for gaming and a softer typing experience when I'm writing on products for this channel. Now, stock as it is in soft mode is still pretty firm, so what you can do is remove the internal silicone pad for more cushioned typing experience as recommended by ASUS on their website. You have two preloop mechanical switch options to choose from, the Snow linear switches or the Storm clicky switches. I have the Snow switches and these feel really nice for gaming. They are compatible with aftermarket keycaps too, which is great. These Snow switches have a PC top housing with a wall stem design and a palm bottom housing, initial force of 40 and a total force of 53. What's interesting with these Snow switches is that they have an actuation and reset point at 1.8mm, whereas with most mechanical switches there's usually a difference between the actuation and reset points. These feel so smooth to type on, and because of the shorter stem of the keycaps and the walled stem design of these switches, keystrokes feel very direct and have been very enjoyable for gaming. Now here's a quick look into the keyboard. You got the carbon fiber positioning plate. Carbon fiber has similar rigidity to metal while still doing an excellent job at absorbing vibrations, so this pretty much helps to give a clean and crisp typing experience. Inside you got 3 dampening layers, 2 layers of Poron and a silicone pad, and these help to reduce pinging and absorb vibrations for much cleaner acoustics with typing. And everything rests on metal leaf springs for a softer and more cushy typing experience. Now here's a quick sound test to give you a better idea of how this keyboard sounds. You got perky RGB LEDs. While at 100% brightness, they are not bright enough to host a party in your room. They are just enough to see the legends clearly and doesn't distract from the design of the keyboard, so to speak. You get the usual preset lighting effects as with most ASUS ROG keyboards, and you can take it further with customizing the lighting effects with the software. And this keyboard works with Aura Sync as well. The Azoth Extreme has tri-mode connectivity. Wireless 2.4 at 8000Hz pulling rate if you have the pulling rate booster connected, 1000Hz without. Bluetooth, which lets you pair up to 3 devices, and you can continue using it connected to another device while charging as well. Wired mode at 8000Hz pulling rate with the pulling rate booster connected, 1000 without. And the Omni receiver allows you to connect multiple supported devices to a single receiver. When it comes to battery life, using this wirelessly with the RGBs and OLED screen off, you can expect 1600 or more hours of battery life with a full charge, 245 hours of battery life with the RGBs off and OLED display on, and 92 hours of battery life with both the RGBs and OLED display on. The gaming performance with how it feels has been great, flawless wireless performance as usual with their wireless tech. I would not say that I noticed much of a difference or any difference at all between 1000 and 8000Hz wireless polling rate for gaming, but it's good to have. All gameplay footage you see in this video of the keyboard is in wireless mode on 8000Hz wireless polling rate. And I set the keyboard to the hardest setting because I prefer a firmer feel when it bottoms out for gaming. Switches feel and sound really good. Very clean and talky acoustics from these, and overall a pleasant keyboard to use for both gaming and everyday typing. This uses the same old Armory Crate software that's slow as ever. Here you can remap your keys, select and customize RGBs, switch modes for the OLED screen and customize one profile, personalize the OLED display and adjust your power settings. Pretty much all the settings you expect from a gaming keyboard. So in conclusion, what are 3 things I like about this keyboard? First is the design, and I would say that this is the most serious and professional looking keyboard I've seen in a while that still looks like a gaming keyboard. The second thing is that the quality is very good. There hasn't been one in a while that comes off as a gaming keyboard with fantastic build quality, which the custom mechanical gaming keyboard market is very well known for. So this one combines the tech of a gaming keyboard and the fantastic premium quality of a high-end custom. It feels more than what gamers need, and you know gamers usually pick on the product quality because gaming peripherals are known to feel cheap and plasticky. But hey, this is the extreme version, and with the materials and quality of this, the meaning of the word extreme is well respected. And the last thing is that it feels so nice for both typing and gaming. Simple as that. Now, what are 3 things I feel could be improved? Well, with what this thing is set out to be and what ASUS does with products with the extreme label, it doesn't make sense to pick on it because of the price, because that is something that's clearly expected. It has great tech from ASUS, quality materials that are very well used, and excellent performance for a wireless hot swappable keyboard. But for its price, I feel that they should have numbered each unit, and being completely honest, this is a keyboard that not many gamers would have the money to spend on. And it's not because it's a bad keyboard, but because that there are so many options available on the market today. So by numbering each unit, it creates more value for those who can afford it and a reason to keep it when new tech is developed and introduced into the industry. And the last thing is that the software needs work and really should be improved upon quickly, because ASUS has been releasing some really awesome products. And it would be such a shame to see that people avoid products just because of the software. It just makes the effort of product developers, ID and product marketers, everyone who worked hard on bringing this product to life, go to waste because of bad software. So final thoughts and what I think of its value. Well, I can't say that this is a keyboard where you get more value for money, but it's done well enough as an extreme version of their most popular gaming keyboard. Wireless performance that gamers can trust with its stability, and bumping it up to 8000Hz wireless polling rate is not a need for keyboards, but it's great that they are future-proofing it with what gamers expect in the future. ASUS has been killing it with their product quality, and this one, the keyboard, the packaging, the accessories are on a different level. This is clearly not a release for everyone, and if you're comparing it to Hall Effect gaming keyboards, then this is clearly not for you. This release is not loaded with features that you haven't seen before. They kept what they're good at and focus on the physical aspects of the keyboard. This feels more like a celebration of their most iconic wireless gaming keyboard, and to show the world what they are capable of doing with the build quality and the use of materials with their gaming peripherals. This is their idea of a high-end gaming mechanical keyboard, and it's very well done. But yeah, it is expensive. Luxury products, luxury price. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video or found it helpful in any way, please leave a like and subscribe to support the channel, and I guess I'll see you in the next one.